Ladies and gentlemen, we're streaming live. I've got this playing in the background. I'm gonna turn it down though, because Trump is not yet uh near his speech. I mean, that is at least another 20 to 30 minutes away. What we're doing tonight is something. I love the Game Awards. I'm going to be playing a game while a event happens. In this case, it's the Address the Congress. Really, it's the State of the Union for the first year of a presidency, and we're going to see how that speech goes. Obviously, I would imagine it's going to go fairly well. I mean, if you've seen any of my streams, you probably know my politics. I'm very um, happy overall with President Trump's first month and a half of performance in the White House. I think, there's some things I could critique, maybe the slowness in getting prices down in some markets, but it's sort of a necessary, you know, an understandable decision to, um, for the short term, keep prices the same because of tariffs and such, with the ultimate goal and I think the likely, um, you know, reality of prices going down to pre-pandemic levels. I mean, you think back to like 2018, 2019, you compare the prices of shit now to then, and it is a world of difference. So I'm just getting a few more things set up, but oh Jesus, I'm going to be playing Monster Hunter Wilds, and then the speech for the most part is going to be in the corner, unless there's a really big moment, then I might switch it to the speech itself, like so. Yep. Okay. Like so. A shout out to Fox Live Now. I don't know if they're gonna fucking copyright strike me, but oops. Uh, we love your stuff, Fox Live Now. Oh boy. All right. Well, I do have a backup, and I can always edit them out if it becomes an issue. But they're gonna show who's coming in. That's almost humorous in itself. Watching the mostly incompetent, retarded people that are in Congress and the Senate. I even say that with like most Republicans. Obviously, there's some good Republicans out there. I mean, way more comparatively to the Democrats, but this guy's just yapping up a storm, and I can't hear him either. Okay, there's JD Vance. Just making my way over to my actual PlayStation area. Hopefully, it doesn't microphone doesn't cut out. He's got pretty good range though. This Logitech here. So I don't see that as a problem. Looks like some of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. JD Vance has really impressed me the first um, few weeks of the Trump administration. I think he is a far more competent vice president than Mike Pence was. Mike Pence was just kind of there. Problem with Pence was, in the 11th hour, he sort of backstabbed Trump, and ever since the aftermath of 2020 has obviously been a I'd say fairly adversarial to Trump. I mean, clearly not a it was a it was clearly a political arrangement I think made by the party as a condition to not completely fuck Trump over in his first term. Although they made it really hard for President Trump during his first term. Thank God that we haven't had that same level of bullshit, with people that were embedded in the administration that are going to create problems. I mean, that's still going to happen. Let's be honest. I mean, considering Kash Patel, it might not be him, but he technically is the FBI director, and he made an embarrassing moment for the Trump administration by um, not releasing the proper documents to Pam Bondi, who then basically put her foot in her mouth about the Epstein documents. Now, it does look like we are going to be getting those, but the people that are a little bit more, I think there's some level of conspiracy in the government at times, but I wouldn't consider myself a full blown conspiracy theorist. But that now because of that fuck up, that there's going to be an understandable like concern with like the veracity of. Oh, there's Elon. Oh, there he is. He's spurging out. Yes, yes, I'm spurging out. Yes, yes. Poor Elon. Look, I got my points of contention with him, like the H-1B shit. It's not right what they've done to that man. Um, you know, there's things I strongly disagree with that he has said, especially like the H-1B shit, equating everybody against it to like racists. But at the overall assessment, there's Tom Homan. Oh, the borders are. But the overall assessment of Musk, in my mind, is he is a flawed, but for someone of his wealth and power, probably one of the better people that's ever had that much wealth and power. And to be quite honest, I mean, far better than the billionaires that fund the Democrats like a Soros. I mean, I think he has, the point I'm trying to make is I think he has the best intention of humanity at heart. And, that's not something that I say lightly. Is that oh, Jesus Christ. What a fucking douchebag. I can't stand Matt Walsh. He actually, he makes Ben Shapiro a less punchable face. I don't even really hate Ben Shapiro. I know that there's like some people that really can't stand him. I'm not a fan of there's those old fucking Newt Gingrich. He looks like a fucking Keebler elf. I'm not a big fan of Ben Shapiro. But he occasionally will, deliver a zinger. Matt Walsh, just very bargain basement fucking I don't know, not a trustworthy I think commentator. He doesn't understand the power of media. He gets on video games and anime. That's not the kind of person you want as a conservative commentator. It's he's got the mindset of an ancient boomer. Look at these raggedy motherfuckers. Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm not too far into this game. Played a couple hours yesterday. I am enjoying it quite immensely. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you are tuning in, I don't have my metrics in front of me. So if somebody's talking, I haven't yet checked the chat. Oh, I'm gonna give myself feedback. Let me make sure I can hear the game audio. Or if you're watching this on replay. I mean, I think if you're watching this, you're gonna be watching this live though. And now I got the chat here. All right, Palico shit. Yippee! This game uses an autosave feature. All right, there's Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Once again, I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Johnson. I think he's a little bit of a boilerplate conservative. But still, I mean, far better than the previous Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, and even Kevin McCarthy better than the previous one, which was Pelosi. So he's fine. Vance, I think, is doing a good job. And most importantly, though, Trump is doing a good job, and even Mr. fucking robot there, Elon, ever since he had his spurg out over the H-1B, I think has done pretty good overall with everything else, with Doge and everything. So I don't know how the audio mixing is going to be, but I am going to turn it down a little bit just because when I do get this, oh, there he is, Lady Lindsay. It's one of the rare times he's ever touched a woman. Oh, you fool. There's Adam Shifty Shift. All right, pencil neck cocksucker, piece of shit, low life motherfucker. I'm not gonna get too political though, as you guys can tell. All right, I think that should be fine in terms of the audio. I'm gonna make sure my TV isn't giving any feed. Oh fuck, fucking. Make sure my TV's feedback isn't too loud. There's somebody showing a picture or something. All right. Start game. Oh, maybe I played more of this than I had thought. So I tried to model the character a little bit after myself. I think I was fairly successful in that. I did have to be a little bit of a fucking douche and try to Middle-earthify my name. Not that this is even really an allegory for Middle-earth, but, you know, big, booming adventure with, you know, fucking weapons and, I don't know, just, it felt right. Playing single player. Just because we don't want too much craziness. Who knows what might be emoted. Is that a little Kushner? I'm kind of glad Kushner got kind of swept out of the power of the administration. Not that I know some people have a lot of conspiracies about the guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. Just he's too liberal to be in the Trump administration. All right. Prepare to head to the forest. Before heading to the forest, investigate the Dashdown. Try something. Yeah, we're gonna dick around in this. I mean, I'm gonna. Hi. See here. Post to join a quest. Okay. Assignments. We already did these two, but I figure we'll do. Oh, cannot be repeated. Okay, but you can. Okay, so you can hunt them again under these optional quests. So we'll do that. Okay. We'll hit accept and depart. Let's see here. Whoa. There they are with the Ukraine flag. Fucking bullshit.
They've issued us supplies. Let's put them to use.
Alright. Where's my, there we are. Okay. The feeling of mobility in this game is just grand. And look, I mean, you know, it would be nice for them to. There is admittedly some occasional performance drops, fine. But I mean, overall, I'm having a grand old time with this game, and yeah, it would be nice for them to obviously fix it. But at the same time, this game runs fine. I mean, I am on PS5 Pro because I'm a douchebag, but. Say hello to my little friend. I did name my Palico sort of after my dog. Although once again I sort of poke-and-fied my Woo! Alright. You're gonna see me rolling a lot. I bet there's better ways to do this than, you know, I've never played with this this heavy bow gun class before. So I am admittedly sort of new to it. Adjusting. I am not trying to kill you. I'm trying to kill this piece of shit. But I think I'm doing pretty good overall. As I about to get fucking smacked. I keep hitting that button. I think they must have changed that from World. It's been a minute since I played. Well, I actually played World a little bit before the launch of this, just to refresh my Monster Hunter knowledge. Although once again, like I was a Lancer in Monster Hunter World and pretty much every other Monster Hunter I've played, which the most I've ever played of a Monster Hunter game besides I beat World. I never completed Iceborne, I don't think in full, because that was a time in the you know, video games where there's a ton of shit coming out. Although I still wouldn't mind doing that, especially with like doing a stream with Fred and like mopping up the rest of that game. But Monster Hunter 3 I played quite a bit of on 3DS. Do I have Monster Hunter on Wii U? I think I never got it on Wii U, I don't think. I did have it on. I had that weird attachment for 3DS. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but it's like the Circle Pad Pro. And I am yapping up a storm right now, but one thing you might learn about me, especially when I'm having a stream on a weekday like this, my stream stamina is not the best. Alright, somebody's getting called in there. I am waiting for Trump to get up on the podium, though, before I actually turn up the audio. But I will say I'm not going to interrupt President Trump as much once the stream You know, once he actually starts speaking. Fuck. Don't you attack my cat dog. Well, not even cat dog, because it's named after my dog. But it's a palico, which is basically a cat. You know, are there people that are, like, hyper autistic about that? Like, Redditors, like, it's not a cat, actually, it's a palico. Fucking cat. Excuse me. That's pretty cool, the mounted weapon draw. I mean, I think this game looks pretty good. I think it runs fine. I am running it on the, this is running at 40 FPS, so it's a balance of, like, fidelity and, you know, 40 FPS. This is a weird to talk about with frame rates. The jump from 30 to 40 is a bigger jump than the jump from going from 40 to 60. Yes, obviously, like, if you pay attention to frame rate, you know, 60 is obviously more fluid, but 40 is a big enough improvement from 30 that if you get really good fidelity, I think 40 is fine. And this also has less of the frame drops that the 60 FPS mode has, and what Digital Foundry has shown. Obviously, Digital Foundry is right currently, but if there's an update, you know, they might have to update their assessment of that. But I am enjoying it at the current settings. It's at balanced performance. It's running in, because I got 120 frames. It's running at thank you guys, you're helping me out here. Because I have 120 frames, it's running at a solid 40 because of variable refresh rate, which is kind of weird to explain why that's a benefit, having 120 FPS for 40 frame rate. But it basically evenly divides into it. That makes sense. But I think the problem if you have a TV that's only if you have a TV that's only 60 frames per second max, like a 60 hertz screen, I think I don't even know if you could do 40 FPS in the same way. But I do know there's a difference. Say hello to my little friend. I completely missed you. I completely screwed the pooch on that. Woo! I didn't screw the pooch on that, though. Oh, fuck. I'm still getting used to this control scheme. I'm not doing a DSP. I'm hoping... Oh, fucking shit. I keep hitting that right bumper. That's completely on me. Completely my fault, folks. Alright. This is the, Fuck! It's not right bumper. I have to hit focus. Oh, then it's... There we go. It is R1. But I have to hit the fucking... Yeah. Alright. Boy, I made myself look stupid. You giant chicken motherfucker. Cock-a-doodle-doo to you. Woo! This is a fun-ass weapon, I'll tell you that. See if I can play my Lancer. I can. Let's see if I'm still fresh with this, because ooh, oh fuck. Oh. I probably should have practiced using this. It's been a minute since I've played Monster Hunter with a Lancer. Fuck, I keep hitting square. Square puts your weapon away. I'm not even hitting it because I'm retarded. Right. Boy, oh boy. Let me get back on my... Back to this. I gotta practice with my Lancer again. You know, because it's been about 6 years since I've played a Monster Hunter game, really. I never got into Rise. I think I have it on Switch. I literally have it, but I've just never played it. And part of the reason is, I think it is a good game from what I've seen. The world kind of spoiled me, if we're being honest. Like, Rise felt like basically felt like a fucking successor to 4, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, you know, I was hoping for a real follow-up to World, which we finally got with this game. I do need to play Rise at some point. Honestly, that'd be another great game to stream. I mean, these, especially as like a co-op stream, like, to be quite honest, the next time you guys probably see me stream this game, it's probably going to be as a co-op stream, just because it lends itself well. But it's also a good, like, you know, I want a ramble type game. Not to say that there isn't a story in this game, but honestly, you know, most of the time, I would probably be, most of the time I'd probably be, replaying, like, optional quests and shit. Wow. I think I'm gonna go to my spread ammo. Too far away. Good on. Coming up now. It is past 9, so I think we're still waiting for President Trump. It looks like. There she is. There's Melania. Another person who has been dragged through the mud by the media, but a decent woman, a far kinder first lady compared to Michelle or that crusty cuntbag Jill. Yeah, I bet that hurt. Alright. There's Mako, little Mako. Doing good though. Let me turn up the audio. This thing's gonna get away, but that's alright. This audio turned up. Audio. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, this does an auto follow. That's good. They're just yapping off, but I mean, it's obvious that pretty shortly Mr. Trump, there he is, RFK, President Trump will making his way, making my way downtown, walking fast, libtard shitting himself now. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm born a stumble. Of course. Alright. Sometimes you just need a little bit of tough love to wake up from a nap. Okay, well, maybe I overdid it. Just trying to wake him up. We're gonna pillage that fucking market. Wes, please. What the fuck is he wearing? Hey. Nice. Funny. There they are. So when we annex Canada, we're gonna have to fucking add more to the to these buildings here. Don't worry, Canada. We don't really want you. We just want you to stop fucking us over. I mean, I'm kind of ambivalent. There's some aspects that'd be nice if, like, we actually Canada stopped being a pouty little bitch and decided to unify with the United States and join in. I think it'd have to be more than one state, though. I know Trump's like 55th state. It'd have to be more than one, in all honesty. Look at her titties. Okay. One yet either. I only have 153 days. But I can, I think, I forge more armor. I only have. Okay. Could do this armor. Do this whole set. I like. It does look pretty nifty, doesn't it?
All right, so the members of the president's cabinet, the majority of them that have already been Senate confirmed, of course, coming into the chamber, and you saw many of them there. Austin Westfall is still with me here in the Live Now newsroom. Austin, not many of the Supreme Court justices, to your point.
We did see a number of them enter the chamber. We are hearing from the
actually like the
that
I like the pimp hat.
Supreme Court justices are not in attendance. That includes Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. They have not attended these speeches in more than a decade. Also passing are Justices Sonia Sotomayor and Neil Gorsuch. So
you hear that?
Beyond the four sitting justices in attendance today, retired Justice Anthony Kennedy is also in the chamber, according to The Hill.
So I can't.
So it should be any moment now, Andrew. We've just watched the president's cabinet enter the room. We see the VP and the Speaker of the House sitting there.
We might just do that. There's Tulsi.
This address. There's Tulsi Gabbard and Chip Roy. Keep playing a game of RFK Jr. And we're going to continue watching as this group mingles together until we eventually hear the president announced. And then he will flood through the chamber. He'll shake a lot of hands. That's right. And the speech will get underway.
That's right.
This is going to be the last time you see Austin and myself on camera. We just want to let these scenes breathe there on the House floor. We'll have a lot of reaction, a lot of analysis After the speech itself, we've been reading to you some of the excerpts of what President Trump is going to say there. Back out live on the House floor, we brought you also the news.
So the only thing I need is another tail, looks like.
Will be the designated
Go hunt that bastard again.
Tonight, we've been talking about the issues in this last hour of what the president might touch on and highlight. And remember, just 43 days in office there in his second term, his non-consecutive term. And Austin, you and I were discussing the inauguration and the run-up to that. That's really the last time we've heard from President Trump, at least in this building right here that was in the Capitol Rotunda, because it was just too cold, remember?
Yeah, my armor set does not look right currently, but that's all right.
There, hundreds of people in the Rotunda, and now you're watching these scenes on the House floor, and many of the cabinet secretaries, they are in the building too.
We don't know how long this speech is going to last. And I should mention, too, that don't go anywhere after the speech is over, because we're not only hearing from President Trump tonight. After a speech to a joint session of Congress like this, the opposing party gives their rebuttal to what the
I'm not
president
interested
says.
in that bullshit-ass rebuttal.
Democratic Senator Elissa Slotkin out of Michigan. She's been selected as the up-and-comer who will be giving the televised rebuttal. Again, we don't know exactly.
He's one of these nerdy girls that probably
just go with the flow. As soon as Trump
some stuff.
His speech,
I'm not gonna say it.
That will be televised. Usually, they do this type of.
I should have used my lucky voucher, shouldn't I have?
The party, we have heard that top Democrats, including Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, have said that Slotkin's reputation and skills have been commendable. Schumer also called her a rising star in the party. Jeffries says
that's who they got with delivering the rebuttal. I don't think we're going to stay on stream for that. I couldn't care less.
Social Security and Medicaid. She, as you see on your screen there, was a U.S. representative in Michigan for 6 years. She just won her Senate seat from. She beat out Mark Rogers in this past election cycle. She's a former CIA analyst and Defense Department official. She was born in New York, and raised in Holly, Michigan. She was called to service, by the way, in the terrorist attacks on September 11th. On Slotkin's second day of graduate school in New York City, it drove her career toward national security, and now she will be delivering a Democratic rebuttal.
Okay, so my block does actually sort of work with this heavy class, which I think is unique. I don't think the light bow gun has that.
Senator Debbie Stabenow, that was her seat. Slotkin beat Rogers for it. Remember, there's going to be an open Senate seat in Michigan in 2026 as well, Austin.
Take that.
Takes another crack.
Looks like a Spaniard.
With outgoing Senator Gary Peters. You're still watching the House floor. We are waiting for President Trump's arrival into the chamber. Everyone seems to be set in place now. You're about
I'm doing,
the sergeant
at least it feels better.
Here we go.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
The Donald. Here he comes. Woo! He is looking like a man with a plan tonight. There we go. The Donald. Oh, there's some of them are not even clapping. Oh, they're just so pressed. Those liberal pieces of shit. Those fucking cocksuckers who destroyed our country. Those fucking scumbags. They can't even stand and clap for the fucking president. Those fucking disgraces. Let that run in their campaigns. So they couldn't even stand up to fucking clap for the president. Those, you know, they stand up. It's once again, it's the Bugs analogy from Starship Troopers. These are people that basically would pick anything but, you know, first of all, they don't give a shit about their own families. They don't give a shit about their own communities. They don't give a shit about their nation. You're looking good, Donna. You're looking big league. Ouch. me the fuck away from this thing. Grabbing some herbs. You want to see the Donald up close? Let's track this thing. There he is up close. Oh God, look at that guy. Come on, I make it full screen. All right, well, you get the idea. Get your face out of there. There you go. You get the idea. Woo! Woo! I am doing beautiful work here. We're doing big things. Boy, did she look like she got stuck in a tanning booth. Jesus. Alright. Give him hell, Donald. I want to see that energy you've had in the Oval Office with that little cocksucker Zelensky. Big league. There he is. All right, let me give him a round of applause. Hee 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 hee.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Woo! Ugh, fuck you, Matt Walsh. You look like that. You look like what's his name, Guilfoyle from fucking Silicon Valley.
Thank you
You
very
stuck
much.
up piece of shit. I can't stand that, Matt Walsh.
Thank you very much. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance,
Yes.
the First Lady of the United States,
That's right. We love Melania. Hope I got a teal.
members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
That's right. That's right. Missing a watch from this. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do that again to get that. Otherwise I'm gonna look retarded. How'd that look?
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest.
That actually looks better, though.
In the history of our country.
Alrighty.
Go there for now.
More in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years.
That's right.
And we are just getting started.
That's right. We're just getting started. Look like a mentally deranged Spaniard. That's alright. We're gonna do that quest again.
I returned to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. Never been anything like it.
That's right.
The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 300.
How do I get down? There we go off.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Ha 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 ha. Look at that fucking piece of shit, low life. Isn't that Al Green, that retard from Texas, who should be fucking kicked out of Congress?
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525. On a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's
what a bunch of dishonorable scum.
57-point swing, the most ever.
That's right.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Get him out of here! Get that piece of shit out of here! That fucking piece of shit!
Continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant-at-arms to restore order to...
Drag them out! Drag them out by their fucking throats! Fuck them! Drag them out! Put them, drag them out by their fucking ankles! Fucking low-life Democrat cocksuckers! Drag them out! They fucking went after some cocksucker for saying, Obama, you lie. It was a huge news story. And look at how these motherfuckers disrespect Trump. Pull them out! Pull them the fuck out! Pull them out! Pull them out by his fucking neck! Piece of shit! Fucking piece of shit, lowlife!
The chair now directs the sergeant-at-arms to restore order.
Drag him out! That's right! Drag him out! Deport him! Drag him out! Drag that piece of shit out! You low-life cocksucker! You're a fucking piece of shit! Whoever voted for you ought to have their fucking brains checked. Drag him out! Drag him the fuck out! Throw him out! Throw him out on the fucking street! Fucking lowlife! You're a disgrace! Fuck you! Just cane away! Let him fucking hobble! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
You want to talk about insurrection? That's a fucking insurrection.
I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive
You fucking Democrat swine.
Restore common sense.
You got a lot of you're disgraced. You brain dead fucking troglodytes. Voting for fucking children to be mutilated. Voting for little babies to have their skulls crushed. You're nothing but fucking disgusting swine. You ought to be kicked out of this fucking country. You don't uphold the rights of a citizen. You think ancient Rome would have let a child fucker keep their citizenship? You should have your citizenship revoked and be kicked the fuck out. You disgraceful pieces of shit. Going after the president like that. You disgraceful piece of shit. Do you remember the media spin cycle when some fucking asshole called Obama and said you lied during his speech? It was a big thing. He had to apologize. When's that motherfucker gonna apologize? Huh? He disrupted a presidential speech to Congress. He ought to be censured and thrown out. Yeah, you fucking cunts. You pathetic fucking cunts. You Muslim brother fucking cunts.
George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and border patrol to repel the invasion of our country.
Alright, back to this game.
And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever. And they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history.
That's right.
Hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings.
That's right. He was a piece of shit.
And virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy, or to make them stand, or smile, or applaud. Nothing I can do.
Nope.
I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here.
Yep.
It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
It is very sad.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many
They can't. They can't do it.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
They can't handle it. Oh, you fucking plastic-faced old cunt. Alright.
Every day my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big.
Listen, I don't think I'm going to be playing much more Monster Hunter. I think I'm going to have to react to the stream full time. You know what? I bet the music sounds good, though, so I'll keep it. So there we go.
Foreign aid.
I should have went full screen, on all honesty, when that cocksucker stood up and kept yapping. What a piece of shit.
The ridiculous Green New Scale.
What a piece. Let's listen to Trump.
Withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last
the amount of things that Trump has done is amazing. It's shocking. It's beautiful. It's tremendous. Oh, look at you, you little weasel. You little weasel. Al Schumer. That's why there's anti-Semites in the world. It's people like Al Schumer, a self-loathing Jew. Trump's done more for Israel than any other president, yet he can't give him an ounce of credit.
Must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first day.
We'll keep playing this. It's cathartic.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work.
It's crazy that they called January 6th an insurrection. That was more of an insurrection. That motherfucker standing there like that.
And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent.
Yep.
Like me. How did that work?
That's what happened.
Not too good.
Look at all their slogans. Where'd they go? To the fucking shitbag factory, probably made in China signs. Balls, must excuse.
Government censorship and brought back.
Boy, do they hate him.
Speech in America. It's back.
That's so easy. We're gonna do that one right now.
And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language
Woo!
of the United States of America.
Can't clap for that. Can't clap for that, you liberal cocksuckers, because you want to bring in illegals.
The Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of America.
Beautiful. Look at the mobility in this game.
Likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
That's right.
Beautiful Alaska. I love Alaska. We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be one.
Oh, you fucked your brother, you Ilhan Omar cunt. Allegedly. You have the face of a brother fucker, let's put it that way.
I believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
Could make the bone armor.
Based on merit And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools.
That's right.
Signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Freaky bug motherfuckers. And then the bug's on the screen.
I also signed an
Get it?
executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Woo! That's right, motherfuckers. Ugh, Matt Walsh.
Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded,
Wasn't she brain injured? Injured?
The ball so
and brain
hard
injury. What is
in Peyton's face?
a brain injury is what I mean to say. Yeah.
Partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding. And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling.
Disgrace.
Where a male recently finished a long distance.
Can you imagine your daughter playing fucking volleyball and she's paralyzed with a brain injury? That's disgusting. Just some fucking. I've gotten in the face of the volleyball before when I, gym class back in the day, and that shit hurts.
It's very bad for our country.
Imagine a fucking dude hitting a girl in the face as hard as he can with that shit. Oh, she just can't clap. You miserable old fucking Pelosi cunt.
What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never gonna let that happen.
Right.
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare.
We're gonna do this quest, might as well.
Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it.
Nope.
We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Make it great again.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control. And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job. A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by
The problem is they can't keep up with what Trump's doing, so they can't even like respond fast enough. They just spaz out. This is their spaz out session. These people are scum.
And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now, I fully authorize
Time to annex Canada, Trump.
Ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill. My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
That's right. Good work, Trump.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency.
Woo!
Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
You got your Elon Musk signs ready, retards? Great work, Elon.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Ugh. Phony con Elizabeth Warren. Looks like the people are out front.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $1 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBT
I see some sedentary migrants in the audience tonight, Donald.
$60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million.
Woo.
$8 million for making mice transgender. This is real. For a left-wing propaganda.
Imagine a mouse. Imagine like a mouse legitimately true down.
For male
High suicide mouse rate. High rate of suicide among the mice. Oh boy.
The Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
She sucks.
A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. You know what we're doing. $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. The most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars.
Thank you, Elon. There's Elon. Oh, look at that Nancy Pelosi.
Reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation.
Training area over here.
We are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139.
Definitely goes with the look here.
5 million
we're gonna go with that.
From ages 140 to 149. And money is
whoever's yelling, you know, once again, all one guy said to Obama was "you lie," and they fucking chastised him.
You're gonna find it, but a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does, and it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security.
I don't think my Hunter. What is my Hunter rating?
Over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
Hunter rating's only 2. Yeah, if I went after a 9, that'd be crazy. There he is.
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249. And one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years. More than 100 years older than our country.
Because I want to get that armor set complete.
But we're going to find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty.
That's why they're so upset. A lot of their money, a lot of their slush funds that we were inadvertently funding have been cut now because of Trump and Doge.
And put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it. With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the Green Card, but better.
Shooting the tail. Because imagine if I keep shooting the tail, I'll get a tail for my complete my armor set.
Pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country. We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money. Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected.
Right.
Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
That's right. Get rid of the bureaucracy, restore democracy.
And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
That's right.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there, they're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
Yeah.
very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first surgery, and a very big part of our plan, we're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Get him in his tail. Woo! All right, come on, motherfucker.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
Woo! It is not a good day for this mother. This big beast.
Industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place.
That's right. Yeah, I got an American-made car.
The election win and tariffs.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It's a beautiful word.
I hope that's retroactive, Mr. Trump. Mr. President.
Allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Go to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world. And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country.
Woo-hoo.
In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term.
That's right. I like you saying that's right, but like, I want you guys to hear the president.
America, however, under
There's
the
only so
Trump
much I can say.
administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada.
They're not going to tail.
And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%.
Come on.
China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea. But that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not just one day, which cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us,
look at you.
tax them.
It's almost 10, so I do have to actually get ready for bed. I'm going to tune into this on my, I'm going to put it on my phone so I get into bed. I'm going to watch it on my Xbox, but, I mean, pretty eventful overall so far. That piece of shit Al Green should be ejected from Congress. But, I mean, it's a good speech so far. Unfortunately, I really can't stay past this time. But thank you guys for tuning in, and Godspeed. I'll be back soon, probably with Fred to play Dying Light at some point. Make sure to subscribe if you like this shit. Give it a thumbs up. And, yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Happen any longer.